What's up, Gemini? Welcome to your March 2020 reading. This is going to be a general reading for you, you Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. It's definitely not going to resonate with all of you guys, so definitely check out your Moon, your Rising, and your Venus. Yeah, I want to thank all of you guys for coming. If you are new, what's up? My name is Danny. If you are returning, hello, thank you, welcome back. And let's just get into this because I've already got the messages coming and I don't want to lose them for you guys. Gemini, how have you guys been feeling? So you know I've already pulled your cards, and the cards say that a lot of you Geminis have been deep in your feels. Like deep in your feels. This has to do with moving forward in relationships, what relationships even mean to a lot of you guys in the first place, what that next step would mean for you guys in the first place. And I think looking at a lot of your behaviors in terms of relating with people and what that would mean for you guys in terms of moving forward. Now, at the bottom of the deck right now, gems, you guys got Nine of Pentacles, which is a beautiful card. This is my single lady's card, right? She's got all her shit together. She is abundant and she is surrounded by beautiful lush gardens. She's, her money's right. Her friends are right. Her independence is right. And one of the big things with you guys, in terms of independence, not many signs understand true duality outside of like you guys, Libra, I would say Pisces. But in terms of relationships, if we're talking about a Gemini relationship, you guys want relationships, right? You guys want relationships, you want to be in relationships, but it cannot at all compromise your independence. And I think for a lot of you guys who are in relationships, that might be the thing of where the mind's at, like, oh, but what does this mean? Having that person to lean on, which is really important for you Geminis. Again, you guys are so strong, you are so independent, and I think there is this big idea for a lot of you guys. It's like, no matter what you want to get done, and no matter what you guys need to get done, you guys know it'll get done. Like, there's almost like this, I depend on myself because I can only depend on myself nature that comes with Gemini. But a lot of you guys, it feels like you're in a place where you're wanting more. It's so funny. I was just talking to Virgo and it's kind of like the same message. Not exactly, but again, I feel like a lot of Virgos are in that same place too, where they're just like, you know what? I'm ready for more. I'm ready for more. I want a relationship. What does that mean? What do I need to do in order to make that happen for myself? Now, Mercury was just retrograde, and God bless you guys because you are a Mercury ruled sign. So I just feel like every 3 months y'all must just be like going through it with Mercury retrograde. But one thing with Mercury retrograde, I tell people all the time is Mercury retrograde will kind of have you in your opposite. So let's say if you are more of an intellectual, logical, this makes sense person, or this makes sense sign, which you guys are, your air. Mercury retrogrades tend to have you flipped. So again, going back to a lot of you gems have been in your feels, and I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think you guys have a lot of beautiful things in front of you. Some of you guys, I'm seeing straight up marriage. Like there are thoughts of marriage. There might even be someone putting a ring on it this month, or somebody making that very clear. There's a lot of planning in terms of relationships, of going to the next step. So again, take this message as it resonates with you guys. I'm going to probably speak mostly in terms of relationships just because there's just so much relationship shit out here, like you'll see. But even if this has to do with a job, whatever, take it as it resonates. Okay. So Queen of Cups, Justice, and Four of Wands. Beautiful cards to start out with. Queen of Cups, again, a lot of you guys are in your feels. Queen of Cups to me too, outside of her being very intuitive and just really trusting her gut, it really is about us allowing ourselves to feel the vulnerabilities, us allowing ourselves to be okay with how we feel. And again, for you Geminis, because you are so smart and you are so strong-minded and you are so, oh, I'll get it done no matter what, I think a lot of you guys have been blocking that valve off for yourself, right? If we look at the Two of Swords here, this Two of Swords person is at a standstill, right? Because they can't make a decision. This is something that they've been trying to decide for a while. It looks like they've been holding these swords, but they cannot see, because part of them being able to see involves a degree of vulnerability. You see how their back is turned to the ocean. Water always is connected to emotion. So I think a lot of you guys have been trying to be, or not even trying to be, I think a lot of you guys have gone about life being a little bit more guarded and being just like, well, no, this doesn't make sense. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit more indecisive lately. Of course, Mercury in retrograde will do that as well to just people in general. But there is this need and this want to try something new, right? To go for something new, to really see what options are out there. So whether you are a single person, and you know, this is you considering new jobs or dating, or you are someone who is kind of looking at patterns and being like, you know what, I've been doing this way for so long. And not to say it's gotten me nowhere, but it hasn't really gotten me to whatever. I'm going to try things a little bit differently. And I think for a lot of you guys, that has been a little bit uncomfortable, right? Because you guys are so smart and you guys, it's like you already know so much, right? It can be hard getting into a debate with a Gemini because you guys are just already know the things. And so, but I think a lot of you guys are finding where you're like, I don't really fucking know anything right now. And I'm having to rely on my heart and I'm having to rely on my gut. And that feels a little bit odd because I'm used to, hey, does that make sense? No, it doesn't. Hey, does that make sense? Yes, it does. Right? If some of you guys have been dealing with any type of a court battle, if some of you guys have been dealing with an injustice of any sort, I do think that things are on your side. So that's really, really beautiful. Even in terms of you guys waiting and playing a waiting game in terms of getting a job or anything like that, I think it's beautiful. One thing we have to remember about the Justice card, not only, as I say, waiting game, this pops out, let me get to it. Not only does Justice card have to do with like getting your justice, okay, fine. But it has to do with finding oneself. It has to do with feeling well balanced, right? She is holding up the sword of truth, right? Whose truth? Her truth, right? This is someone looking at their truth. So again, if there are things that you guys are looking at this month where you're kind of really looking at yourself in ways that you help contribute to certain things or certain behavior patterns that you have that maybe don't necessarily serve you well or that are actually really fucking great and you understand that I have to implement a little bit more of this to get to where I want to go, that too. And finding that balance, right? With the Libra scale. Some of you guys might be dealing with the Libra person, but I feel like it's taken some time to get to this place. Four of Swords is very much a waiting game. This is my card of whenever I see Four of Swords, it's almost like Spirit's telling me, girl, chill, right? This isn't really a time to do anything. Four of Swords follows the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is all about disappointment, heartbreak, all those hard energies. But Four of Swords is like when you're on the mend. It's when you're really relaxing, you're really getting yourself together, you're getting your thoughts back together. You are really, you know, meditating. You're really pumping up that seventh chakra, right? That crown is lit, right? You get all that purple there. So it's a really beautiful spiritual place to be in. And that with the Queen of Cups, I think this is important for you. Some of you guys have been waiting. Some of you guys have been experiencing hard times, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, whether it's mentally. But I think that this month finds you actually in a good place, but it does require you to kind of step outside of yourself. And I think for a lot of you guys, that is very uncomfortable and something that you don't initially want to do. But it finds you in a really good place. Now, Justice is right next to Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a marriage card for sure. It's a relationship card. It is an 1111 card. Things that you guys have been trying to manifest, whether this be job, relationships, or whatever, it is coming. Now is the time. I do feel like there was that delay, and I think there was that delay for a reason. Of course, Mercury was involved with that, but things are coming together. Relationships are coming together. Jobs are coming together. Stability is coming together. That Four of Wands, think of these four wands as kind of like the feet of a table. They're the foundation. They're what we get the stability from. But it's all about really having something to celebrate, right? Again, whether it's a wedding, whether it's just whatever, people coming together, it's everything that you've manifested that you've wanted, it's coming together now. But there was this waiting period, this kind of grace period that you guys had to go through. Yeah. A lot of you guys are getting real serious in your relationships, and that's getting real scary. You might be compelled to hold back a little bit. Four of Pentacles, right? Be a little bit more guarded. A Four of Pentacles individual, let's say, this person in this card is holding back. They're holding on to their valuables because they're afraid that, I don't know, they'll be taken from them, that they'll, I mean, what? It could be a million things, right? This Four of Pentacles energy, it's a cool energy to be in, but there's nothing that moves from there, right? There is a very stagnant energy. And I think for a lot of you guys, you're holding back in certain ways, or we're finding that you were holding back, whether it was your emotions, your resources, your whatever, as a protective measure. But I think a lot of you guys are coming to a place where shut the hell up. You're realizing you don't have to do that. Lordy, Lord. Look at these three next cards under there. Four of Wands, again, right? Lovers and the Fool. I think you're realizing that the things that you guys really want to actually take, it actually requires you to kind of take a risk and to be a little uncomfortable and to think outside of yourself and to not hold back in the ways that you maybe would, right? Because it's just a defense mechanism. But in that place, you can't really grow. Nothing can grow from it. Now, Page of Cups, Hierophant, Queen of Wands. So some of you guys are getting a major love offer. Some of you guys, this is a time where you're going to see your relationships go to a whole new place. And I love the Queen of Wands here, right? Because she's hella confident. Like, this is a bad bitch, right? And she's different. She's different, but she embraces all the things about her that are different. I love that this woman here, featured here, has vitiligo, right? It's like the beauty in something that is different, right? Something that is, you know, maybe not all the time embraced. And I think a lot of you guys are connecting to someone who makes you guys see that in yourself, which is really, really beautiful. This Page of Cups, it's a pure, beautiful energy, right? Page of Cups not only speaks about intuition like the Queen of Cups does, but it also talks about something coming towards you, good luck coming towards you, a love offer coming towards you, and it's pure. So I think for a lot of you guys are really connecting to someone. Someone might be, I feel proposals on the horizon. I feel just upgrades to a relationship on the horizon. There's a lot of beautiful things and things that I think, Gemini, you guys have been wanting, but it still makes you uncomfortable. Wheel of Fortune. The wheel always turns in our favor. The wheel is a leveling up. It is a 10 card, which connects to a 1. It is an ending and a beginning. It's a new cycle. It's a new way of being. It's beautiful. Those of you guys who maybe felt left out or are used to being in relationships where people have made you feel left out or made you feel less than or made you feel guilty over things that you had no business being guilty over, this is different. Hierophant card, that is Taurus energy. You could be connecting to a Taurus energy person or a Taurus person or someone with, you know, a lot of Taurus in their chart. But this is, or for a lot of you guys, I'm getting this may be something that's going to be coming towards you more towards Taurus season. So Mayish, end of April, Mayish. But this is about a lot of times, especially with the Justice card and especially with the Four of Wands, a lot of you guys are getting married or getting proposed to or just really upping your relationship in new ways. This is a card of deep spirituality, but it's also a card of connection and like community and where you belong, right? Again, I think there's a sense that you guys have been trying to fight something for a while. And I think it's because, Gemini, you guys are so used to being independent. But allow yourself to feel. Remember I said the Queen of Cups, which you got twice. It's also about allowing ourselves to feel the vulnerable feelings that we feel. this Queen of Cups in the original deck, she's the only person in all of the cups who that has a lid on her cup, right? Like basically she has the ability to put a lid on her emotions or not. And this is about you guys being more open with that because, ooh, yes, soulmate energy is here. A lot of you guys are connecting with the soulmate. Soulmate energy, 3 of Wands, waiting, 6 of Wands, victory, King of Cups. There's a lot of water here. But more than anything, I just think there's a lot of emotion here. And of course, Pisces season would be the season to bring that out, right? It's a very emotional, spiritual time, very emotional, spiritual sign. What I do love is if you guys have been feeling a little out of sorts, a lot of you guys are going to be feeling really, really good. Again, that Queen of Wands, she's super confident. She's the hostess with the mostest. She's super lovable. She's fun. She's funny. She's a go-getter. She does her own thing. She's very sexual. She's very attractive. A lot of you guys, this is a great time for networking, for getting out there, for going out with friends. I just feel like you guys are going to have a lot to celebrate. And I think a lot of this has to do with in terms of relationships. Some of you guys are definitely getting married. Some of you guys are definitely getting engaged. There's a lot to be happy about in this time. But there is, going back to the bottom of the deck right here with this 9 of Pentacles, I feel like some of you are feeling like, how does this affect my independence? And for those of you guys who I'm reading for, I feel like it doesn't. Like, of course, if you're married or if you're doing something with more of a partnership, there are those times where you have to have the partnership things. But I feel like there is nothing that is, I don't feel like there's anybody or anything that has just a hold on you to where you can't be fully you. And I think that with Geminis, that is a big concern in terms of relationships. Like, I'm not going to get in this relationship if I feel like I got a daddy. Like, I didn't get with you to be my daddy. I want you to be my man. That type of thing. So Death, 6 of Swords, and Tower card. That's very interesting. So we've got Scorpio energy, 6 of Swords. That's air. Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And then we've got the Tower energy, which is Neptune energy, which is Pisces energy. I actually think this month finds you with a good surprise. I don't think that it's anything bad. I know people kind of cringe when they see the Tower because it's kind of that unexpected. It comes out of nowhere. It's a little bit like, what's going on? I think for a lot of you guys, someone wants to propose to you. I think it's the end of a hard time. I think you guys can see that, especially a lot of you guys who have been dealing with people who maybe, you know, like you always felt like people were playing a game with you, or always feeling like, you know, weren't true to who they say they are. Here you are connecting with all the things that you love, but it's almost like I feel like it just scares you because you're like, what if this is too good to be true? Right? It's not. It just took some time to get here. Now, Death card, you got the King of Wands clarifying that. I love King of Wands. King of Wands to me is like that it king because he's fun. He's spontaneous. He's adventurous. He's super the fuck handsome. He's funny. He's got his own coins together. This is that Knight of Wands person, like the guy who all the girls wanted and liked in high school. But this is the guy who's matured, right? And grown up and elevated and has now become the most mature of their suit. I think for a lot of you guys who have struggled in terms of relationships, this is a time where you are really connecting with someone who you feel like is the one, but it scares the shit out of you. Also, for those of you guys who have been having a hard time in terms of your finances, in terms of your career, feeling blocked, creatively, feeling like you don't know what to do, feeling like you don't know how to move forward and actually make shit happen on your own. This is a time where that comes to an end, right? Where you guys are really taking charge. You guys are really going and getting for it, taking action. I think through all the things that you guys have been through in the past with the 6 of Swords, all the turbulent waters, all the trials and tribulations, you guys are now actually on your path of where things get a little smoother. And I do think that's a little bit uncomfortable for you. You guys might find with this King of Swords that you are in a place where you're always wanting to call somebody out. But I think it's good to know that not everybody is trying to deceive you, or not everybody is trying to play a game with you. I actually think that Gemini, you guys have some really genuine people around you right now. You know, yeah, some people who are honest with you and really want to take action and move forward with you. I just think this is a really good time in terms of moving forward. And I don't feel like this is you guys necessarily moving away from a person, which for some of you guys this may be, or moving away from a job, which again, some of you guys may be, but what I'm feeling more all around is this is moving you guys away from a mindset, which puts you in a better place. And it's something that needed a lot of time to get here, right? You've got that Scorpio, you've got that Pisces energy, and you've got that Temperance energy, which is Sagittarius energy. So it feels like out of nowhere, things have just kind of started happening. And I think that that scares the shit out of you. Understand. And trust me, you guys aren't alone. And I understand that a lot of you guys are up and down in your mood and in your feelings. And trust me, I get it. I'm a Gemini moon. Okay? I just think that through all of this, you guys have been guided. Through all of this, you guys have shown your worthiness. You guys have worked hard in the things that you want to do and the things that you are trying to do. And I think that now is the time that all the blessings are coming towards you. Again, with that Wheel of Fortune, this took patience and it was not easy. It required you guys to ground yourself. It required you guys to also get very emotional and get very real with yourself. It required you to kind of take a look at things and find the flow. I think that these new opportunities are coming towards you, though, are blessings. I think this Tower is actually a blessing. Some of you guys, this is new work opportunity coming towards you with this Eight of Pentacles. Something you've been waiting for a long time. Some of you guys, this is in terms of, again, not necessarily you guys leaving a situation or work situation, but leaving an old mindset that kind of held you back from all the things that you actually really wanted. So now here you are, able to move forward, right? It's almost like something just clicks for you. But I feel like a lot of you guys this month are getting engaged, getting married, really leveling up in terms of your relationships. And that is exciting. Please let me know if it's you. Okay, so you guys got exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. And I believe Libra got that. And I want to say Taurus. Did I do Taurus already? I want to say Taurus got that too. Okay. So the key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. So if you like to dance, if you like to yoga, if you like to hike, if you like to box, if you like to do whatever you like to do, this is a good time to really get into it. Because not only is that good for your health overall, it increases your manifestation abilities, of course. And then I just feel like a lot of you guys have something that you're like, I want to get it right, keep it tight for something. I sniff weddings all over here. I mean, we've got Hierophant, Four of Wands, Justice, Queen of Cups twice, Wheel of Fortune. You know, we've got Three of Cups, which is a celebration card. Like, we've just got so many things that are pointing towards a leveling up in your life. And that's really, really beautiful. So then you guys got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So if you guys are at all doubting or feeling like this is something you're going to sabotage because you're just so scared, your feelings are real and theirs are too. And it's worth exploring. Page of Cups, you guys have a love offer coming towards you and it's beautiful. I really don't think you could pass it up. I think it's a really, really good opportunity because, again, I know independence is so important to Gemini, and this doesn't feel like it's a situation that wants to hold you down. It feels like it's just a situation that wants to grow with you. So I'm excited. Let me know how this resonates. I love you guys and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, Gemini.